5 years ago, I genuinely believed I had money figured out. I had a finance degree. I had worked in banking for a few years by then. I could calculate compound interest in my sleep. But here's the thing. Being financially educated and being financially literate are two completely different things. And the truth is, most of the changes that completely transformed my relationship with money were surprisingly simple. They didn't happen overnight, but they compounded. So in this video, I'm sharing 8 tiny practical habits that can help you become deeply financially literate by 2026. These aren't things that require a finance degree or hours of your time. They're just practical, actionable habits that anyone can start today. Let's get into it. Habit number 1, align your spending with what actually matters to you. This one changed everything for me. For a long time, I spent money based on expectations, not intention. I'd bought clothes I never really wore because I thought that was the right thing to do. I'd go out for expensive dinners because everyone else was doing it. I'd spend money on things that I barely used because I thought I should be enjoying it. Eventually, I stopped and asked myself a hard question. What do I genuinely care about? Because I work hard for my money, so I should be using it on what I care about, not what I think I should care about or what I think others care about. Things like health, meaningful relationships, learning, freedom, and peace of mind. Then I looked at my bank statement. The mismatch was obvious. So I made a conscious shift. I redirected my money toward things that supported my priorities. More money went into books, learning, education, better quality food for my health, more money being spent towards fitness, investments for my financial freedom. And interestingly, I felt richer, even though I was spending the same amount of money. Nothing magical happened overnight. But interestingly, I felt richer, without spending more. So here's what you can do. Write down your top 5 life priorities. Review your last 30 days of spending. Where there's a gap, that's your starting point. This is where financial literacy really begins. I promise you there is very likely going to be a gap, and closing that gap is really where financial literacy starts. Habit number 2, schedule a monthly money check-in. When I implemented this, it was a game changer. And it's probably the easiest habit to implement on this entire list. Once a month, set aside 30 minutes. Just you, your finances, your bank statements, no distractions, no phone, just a deep look at your finances. During this time, I do 3 things. I review my spending from the last 30 days. Where did my money go? Are there any patterns? What did I spend the most on? I check in on my progress towards my financial goals. Set a one focus for the next month. Don't set 7 goals. Just pick one thing, one simple achievable focus that you can do for the next 30 days. It could be save an extra $200 this month. It could be increase my investing by 1%. It could be reduce my spend on takeaway by 20%. When you try to fix everything at once, nothing sticks. But one clear target for 30 days? That works. Habit number 3, automate the boring stuff. Let's be honest, remembering to transfer money into your savings account, making sure your bills get paid manually on time, staying on top of all your subscriptions. When something relies on memory or motivation, it eventually fails. Automation removes willpower from the equation. So here's what you want to automate. Your outgoings and fixed expenses, they leave automatically after payday. Money automatically leaves from your main account into a separate savings account every single month. Your ongoing subscriptions for basic stuff like tissue roll, skincare, things that you recurrently pay for, put that on as automations. Before I automated everything, I had these great intentions, and then life would happen, and by the end of the month, there'd be nothing left. Automating removes willpower from the equation, and the beautiful part is that it completely frees up your mental space. You're not constantly thinking, oh, did I transfer my money? Did I pay that bill? When's that bill due? Just start small, automate one thing this week, and see how much of a relief it can give you. 4, start investing small, and start early. You don't need a large amount to begin. You need consistency and time. Simple, diversified investment options exist for a reason. They work for the long term. The earlier you start, even with small amounts, the more powerful compounding becomes. You don't have to know everything. You just have to start learning and take that first step. Starting early with what you can is one of the biggest drivers of long-term wealth there is. The earlier you can do it, the better. If you hear about a budgeting technique that sounds pretty useful and aligned to your way of budgeting, that evening, set it up. Maybe someone mentions a particular investment strategy. Spend 20 minutes on that day researching it and deciding if it's right for you. Because the thing is, most people consume a ton of financial content for months, if not years, but never actually do anything with that information. They feel good because they watch videos, they nod along, they think that's a great idea. I'm learning a lot. and then they move on with their day, and nothing actually changes. But when you force yourself to implement one thing immediately, that's what's going to put you ahead. That's where real progress really happens. You're not actually just passively absorbing information. You're actively building towards your financial life one step and one action at a time. It doesn't have to be some massive change. It could be as simple as just checking your credit score that day, as updating your CV because that's an investment in your future earnings. It could be as simple as increasing your contributions to your workplace pension by 1%. Small actions done consistently are what creates outrageously good financial literacy and good financial habits. 6. Talk about money with the right people. For a long time, money felt like a forbidden topic, too personal, too awkward. But avoiding conversations doesn't protect you, it limits you. But here's the reality. 62% of Americans don't talk about money with family or friends. And that is wild to me because the same research shows that 66% of people believe that having candid conversations about money is actually key to achieving financial freedom and to building generational wealth. So there's this massive disconnect. We know talking about money is important. We know that it's going to have an impact on our long-term wealth, but we're all too uncomfortable to actually do it. And I had to push past this. When I started having honest, respectful conversations about money with people I trust, everything shifted. I learned faster, I avoided mistakes, I gained perspective. You don't need to share the exact numbers if that feels too much. Just start with curiosity. A casual opener like, I've been thinking about my budget lately. How do you go about managing yours? Or, what app do you use? The more you talk about money, the less scary and alone it feels. And the more you learn from other people's experiences, other people's strategies, other people's mistakes, the faster you can progress in your own financial journey. Habit number 7, train your mind for long-term thinking. This one's a bit different because it's more of a mindset shift than a specific action, but it's absolutely essential. It's a foundation for financial literacy. We live in a world of instant gratification. Want something? You could order it right now. If you're hungry, you can get your food delivered in 20 minutes. If you're bored, there's endless entertainment at your fingertips. Building wealth, on the other hand, is the exact opposite. Financial success is about playing the long game. It's about making choices today that your future self in maybe 5, 10, 20 years will thank you for. When I first started investing, it was so hard to see money leave my account every month knowing that I shouldn't be touching that for years, if not decades. It's not really doing much in the short term, but I'm missing out on spending it today. My brain was just screaming, but you could use that money now for something a lot more fun. So I had to actively reframe how I thought about delayed gratification. Instead of seeing it as a sacrifice, I started seeing it as a gift to my future self. Every pound, every dollar that I invest now, that's buying me more freedom, more options, more security. Every time I skip an impulse purchase and save that money instead, I'm literally paying my future self. And here's a trick that helped me when I first started. I would visualize my future self, not in some vague or abstract way, but just really thinking about who I wanted to be and the life that I wanted to live in 5 years from that day and 10 years from that day, and what does that version of me need? What does she thank me for doing today? And when you think about it like that, suddenly saying no to things in the short term and putting it towards your future self instead doesn't really feel like deprivation. It almost feels like an act of self-love and putting yourself first. Long-term gratification isn't about suffering now to enjoy later. It's about recognizing that your future self is just as important as your present self, and you want to make choices that honor both. The key is about being intentional about it. Don't just randomly buy stuff and then never really complete those courses or read those books and let it collect dust on your shelf. Pick skills that actually matter for where you want to go. Skills that genuinely move the needle for your career, for your business, for your growth. So habit number 8, spend money on skills, not just things. The key is about being intentional about it. Pick skills that actually matter for where you want to go. Skills that genuinely move the needle for your career, for your business, for your growth. My rule is simple. I'm willing to spend money on learning as long as I can clearly articulate how that skill will benefit me. If I can't explain it, I don't buy it. At the end of the day, the skills you develop is the only thing that can't be taken away from you because economies can crash, your investments can drop for a bit, companies can fail, but that knowledge and those skills that you've built, that is literally yours to keep. So those are some really easy habits that you can start today to improve your financial literacy. Once you put your mind to it, it really isn't as hard as you might think. It's just about getting started and learning as you're going. Financial literacy isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional, one small habit at a time. If you're watching this and feel that quiet nudge telling you there's more possible for your life, listen to it. Start aligning your money with your values. Make a few thoughtful decisions today. Those decisions can change the trajectory of your future. Thank you for spending your time here. I hope you take this moment to reset, reflect. I'll see you in the next one.